Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and I have another exciting video for everybody today in which we'll be talking about the greatest healer heals themselves first. Throughout my work for these past near 14 years, when I have talked to many clients during sessions, a lot of them really want to do the healing work. They say, Brad, I feel I'm here on a mission. I feel I'm here for a purpose. And really what that purpose I feel is to heal. I want to do healing work. I want to really put together my skills. I want to develop myself, and I just want to go out there and I want to heal as many people as possible. This is what I feel I have been put on the earth to do. And in a way, you're correct. Many of us could be seen as the healer. That we are here to open up our hearts and to help heal other broken hearts with people that we meet along the way. But what I've noticed through this line of work over the years is that a lot of people just jump right into this before they even really know what they're doing. And basically, if I'm looking at a person who wants to be this healer, this would basically represent a part of their broken heart. This would represent the idea of where their heart is when they are attempting to heal others or wanting to be a facilitator to heal others. Their heart itself is broken. So they've gone through a great deal of heartbreak as well too. This is probably a better image than that one. So again, they go through heartbreak. They go through a broken heart, but they want to go out and they want to help people. They want to make people feel better and bless them. That's great. It's wonderful that you want to go out there. It's wonderful that you want to help people and that you want to try and rejuvenate their heart and help them feel wonderful. But the whole idea is that if we cannot do that for ourselves, we start to lose confidence in attempting to think that we have the ability to facilitate healing for others. The first step really has to be for you to mend your own heart. The first step is for you to heal yourself. Now, with me doing this work now for nearly 14 years, it really started off with Adronis. That's really what got me into doing sessions. And the reason why I started doing sessions, starting around the time of 2009, was because I would bring in Adronis and I would channel him in front of people. And at first it was just free sessions, a free offer to channel Adronis. And I had quite a few clients where I was doing free sessions with them. And they said, Brad, you got to do this. You got to make this a paid session because the information that Adronis brings out is absolutely profound. The work that you were doing today when you were channeling Adronis and Adronis was talking to me, it really healed my heart. It really helped me. I'm like, oh, really? Well, that's good to hear. He said, yes, you need to start charging for this. This is something that you should really put a lot of your focus into. Because in 2009, I was certainly going through my own trials and tribulations as well too. And then I would go into an altered state of consciousness and I would bring Adronis in and he would just take over. And so from the year of 2009 all the way up into 2021, those were the times when I was channeling Adronis. But when I first started in 2009, I was kind of in a fragile state myself. And this is why I didn't feel like I was really teaching anything. I would bring Adronis in and he would do the talking. He would do the sharing. I would just kind of put myself in the background. He would go in the foreground and he would share all of this profound information, looking deeply into the hearts of the people that I was speaking to, reading their hearts, telling them exactly what they needed to hear. Sometimes they didn't know that they needed to hear that, but I would, again, just be off in the background. And as I would tune into the conversation with Adronis when he came through, it was something really profound that helped to heal my heart. And it was around this time, from 2009 up to 2021, where I did the heaviest healing upon myself. But I didn't really feel like I was doing anything. I just felt like I was out of the way. I was just being the channel, and Adronis was coming in. He felt like he was the quote-unquote professional and doing all the work while I was just in the background, letting him do this work. Because I knew that I was still having fragility within my heart, and I didn't want to be the person that says, no, I don't think I should talk to the client because I'm still kind of here myself. And Adronis would at times try to encourage me to speak to the client just with me rather than him. So there'd be occasions where I would do that. But 90% of the time, I'd say more like 90 to 95% of the time, Adronis would be coming in and he would be doing a lot of the talking. He would be doing a lot of the healing as well too. And I would learn from him. So really, Adronis was my mentor. He was the one that would come in and really help me to observe how everything would work, how everything would operate, how he would work together with people. And to this day, I've used a lot of those practices that Adronis has taught me for those past 13 years as a channeler to help people out. So through my own ideas and my own sharing, I had to go through my own trials and tribulations as well too, before I felt I could be a good facilitator to help heal people, right? So I had a mentor. It was certainly not a physical mentor, but it was certainly an intelligence mentor, a mentor in the unseen planes, helping me out in that way. And as the years started to progress, particularly around 2016, 2017, 2018, this is when I started developing more healing techniques as well too. I was feeling a lot more whole. I was feeling a lot more clean inside and feeling that I could start not just working together with Adronis, but also putting things together in my own way to help other people. But again, this is what you got to do. You got to take your time to heal the heart. You got to take the time to make your heart whole. Because we really do want to help the world. We do really want to offer compassionate service to people. But like I said, what I see so much is that people who want to help heal others are still heavily fractured by their own pain body. They're still very much fractured by their own suffering. And this becomes a drawback because what happens is we may become a little too demanding. We may try to heal through the state of beliefs rather than being able to listen to our source. And that is so important. You have to make sure that you're keeping your heart intact so that you can connect with your source within and really work together with a person where you truly feel what they need and you are being that conduit. You are being that vessel for spirit to tell them exactly what they need to know, to help them in all the ways that can be helped intuitively, where they are now receiving this great benefit and now they are going through a healing process because you're becoming that appropriate channel, that appropriate vessel to helping them out. So before we jump the gun, before we get too much into the idea of wanting to go out into the world and help to heal people and help to facilitate them, please work on yourself first. Work on healing yourself. Work to see exactly how you are able to mend a broken heart. And through your experiences, that is going to be the greatest gift that you could ever give anybody. You have gone through the harsh experiences. You have trudged through the mud. You have gone through all the heaviness that you've needed to go through to make you a better and wiser person. And those are the kind of healers that we need today, right? A lot of people, like I said, just get so fragile. They get so hurt. They think they just pick up a book and they read a few pages and say, okay, I know how to heal a person now. No, right? You got to take your time. You got to go through your own experiences. You got to see exactly what has worked well for you so that you can be this experienced guide to helping other people out. Because, like I said, what we're going through on the planet right now, there is a massive supply of people that need to be helped. But there's actually only a few really good healers that can actually do the work. And like I said, a lot of people just want to jump into the healing. They want to jump in and be of service while they're still incredibly fragile as well too. And I see these people just getting blown up and getting triggered and fighting with people and just getting very much bitter and getting very much aggressive towards people who really need help and say, no, that's not supposed to work. You have to do it exactly as I tell you. Otherwise, it's not going to work and you're going to fall apart and you're going to fail and this is going to happen to you, etc. Right? We get into that point where there's still a lot of ego, where a lot of people in that sense who are supposed to be these healing facilitators just get caught up in the ego so much, and now there becomes much more detriment than there does healing liberation. So the first thing that we need to do is heal the heart. We have to heal ourselves first. That is priority. So whether you're doing prana transmission technique, BCR technique, any of my techniques that are helping you out, good. Continue to work with that. Because what really makes a great healer also is one who does not get disturbed, one who is imperturbable, which means they are not disturbed by anything. There is nothing that basically sets them off. They have no trigger points because they've gone throughout the years and they have worked with these particular triggers. There's times even when I have gotten triggered as well too, but I just catch it, right? We catch it, we recognize it, we heal it. Using something like prana transmission technique or using something like BCR or something of that nature. We have to catch ourselves. And we want to develop ourselves so that we are much more in this alignment. This again is what makes a great healer. If a person basically who may have a lot of healing knowledge, maybe they're doing Reiki, maybe they're doing quantum biofeedback or whatever, okay? And they may have a lot of this experience with these techniques, but they still don't really have a lot of experience pertaining to them healing their own core issues. You gotta have that. That's so very important. It's what I spent the last near 14 years going through, is healing a lot of the core issues within myself, right? It's not enough just to think that we're clearing a lot of stuff on the surface. So, okay, we're good, we're experienced enough to be a healing facilitator to help another person out. No, you're not, right? You have to go greater into your depths. You have to go deeply into your soul and feel yourself looking at these great traumas. And if you are able to completely resolve these heavily embedded traumas within your heart, and you have done that, then you are a fantastic healing facilitator. You're going to be someone who will be a really great contribution to helping people heal a broken heart. You are developing yourself to be imperturbable because you have been willing to go into the great depths of your darkness and turn everything around. That's what's needed. That's what makes a great healer. So don't be in a hurry to think that, yeah, I'm just going to be in haste and try and get all this stuff resolved within me and hurry, hurry, hurry and be in haste and be in haste. And you're just going to trip over your own feet because you're still not really taking it seriously. A lot of people just want to turn this into a business and make money. And that is never going to make a good healer at all, ever. You're doing this work because that's who you are. You're doing healing work because it is your nature. It is within yourself to do this. Sure, you can get supported. That's fine. But that's not the reason, right? If you think that just money is what I want to be a great healer and I want to be as popular as the big names out there and just go over TV and tour over the world and just want to get famous and get popular, then you're not going to be a good healer at all, right? You're too much into the glitz and the glamour. And that often becomes someone who is going to be, again, tripping over their feet a great deal. They become ego-driven. And like I said, I've seen people like that. And they haven't gone into the core of their being. They haven't healed themselves. They haven't worked on themselves deeply. They just want to go out and make a lot of money and make a name for themselves. Thinking, I'm the one that's going to save the world. I'm going to be the savior and all that stuff. And they delude themselves tremendously. Ego takes over. That's not a healer, okay? That's a person who has delusions of grandeur, I would say. For you to be a great healer is someone who has gone deeply into the core of their being. They've looked into their horrors and they've healed them. And being able to go deeply into the great depths of your being, to where you have experienced all forms of problems, conflicts, horrors, traumas, regrets, and you're able to look at all of that face to face and heal every bit of it. When you do that, you are a powerful healer. You are a phenomenal healer. That's what it takes, right? We think that just going into the healing business, because that's the slanderous word, so to speak, is the business for healing. And if we look at it in that way, that's a step in the wrong direction, right? Healing service, certainly a step in the good direction, right? Healing work, step in the good direction. But as soon as we see the glitz and the glamour, and we get too caught up by that, then I would be suspicious of anyone who claims to be a healer who wants to do stuff like that, right? Who just wants fame, who just wants glory and glamour and any of that. And when I see people like that, I said, no. I said, please don't invest your time with somebody like that. They have a lot of work to do. That shows me they have not gone in. That shows me they have not healed themselves. And we even see how these people behave. And there's just certain ones that are in the New Age movement that are very much like that, right? They have the charisma, they have the charm. They think that they are helping so many people when in fact they're not doing anything. They have not healed themselves. They have not healed their heart. They have not gone deeply within themselves. And they're just constantly stumbling over their own feet, right? So look into the idea of the healer who has gone so deeply into themselves, who has healed themselves. And you can tell that they have done a lot of work on themselves because they demonstrate a lot of this. They demonstrate imperturbability, they demonstrate compassion, and they basically follow a very simple philosophy, right? There's basically, I would say, 3 certainties that represent my own personal philosophy. Is that beingness is bliss. When you go into beingness, you are entering your source of happiness, that which is your bliss. That's your abode, that's your home. That's where you want to spend as much as your time. That certainly has been my abode as of late. Second one is everything is perfect. And the third one is nothing is impossible. So as you continue to go deeper into your beingness, you live in the abode of beingness, and you are truly in bliss. You will then know that everything is perfect, that everyone and everything is perfect. And because everyone and everything is perfect, nothing is impossible. Because we live in perfection. When you live in perfection, there is no impossibility that exists. Everything becomes a miracle. And you start feeling these miracles being born every single day. That certainly has been my life as of late. And that is what's going to make a very promising healer, a great facilitator, to help people along their path. You want to teach them about beingness. You want to teach them that everything is perfect. You want to teach them that nothing is impossible. And that when they look into their own hurt, into their own hatred, into their own suffering, you're telling them this is just all part of the mind. This is all just part of your thoughts. And we have the power to overcome every single thought that is problematic and that is troublesome. We have the ability to go deeply into our traumas and forgive every part of it, so that you are therefore becoming imperturbable, so that you are therefore healing your heart. And now you're going to be a great example, a great shining light for others who are going through same things, because you now have the wisdom and experience necessary to help them through the great trials and tribulations of their life, because you've gone through it. You've gone through your hell, and you're now living inside your heaven. So take all of this into consideration. We certainly are here to do a lot of healing work, but it has to start with us. And as we start to show through ourselves that, again, we come out of hell, we come into heaven, we bring ourselves into a shining light, we can now show that light to others so that they too can follow the example of liberating themselves, because we are now the appropriate authority of a guide to help them through it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar.
Thank you very much for checking out the New Earth Teachings YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And you can check out the websites, newearthteachings.com, where you can order a private session, 3 questions by email, EQ method, and a lot more. And you can also check out healingcodecards.com, where you can grab your mind deck, your body deck, and of course the brand new Body Deck Special Edition. All of these are available in digital editions as well. And you can also get a shirt just like this through healingcodeshop.com, where you can experience the healing codes in apparel form. So feel free to check out these websites. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Be well.